Yeah, Eli, just can you kind of sum up what you guys were able to do on defense to kind of give you guys a little bit of momentum there?
In my personal opinion, we left a lot of plays on the field, including myself, a lot of self-inflicted wounds. As you watch the game, there's a lot of big plays that, we feel like shouldn't have happened, and just little small details that we got to work on. But other than that, we stopped the run, of course, like we want to. But, my group, me trying to be a leader, I think that's something we have to work on, is just, especially these next couple of games,
I mean, you guys are 3-0 in MAC play. You guys 4-game winning streak. Do you guys hone in on that, or do you just kind of put that to rest and say, let's go to the next one?
Of course. It's always the next game mentality. I mean, each week anybody can win. I mean, that's how the MAC works. And I think you just got to be focused on the next play. Even myself today, like, I made a mistake, but it was the next play mentality. I went out there and got an interception. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's what football's about. Even on the biggest levels, that's what happens. And I think allowing these wins to push us forward is what's going to make us great this year.
Can you kind of hone in on what your role has been kind of this year for this team so far?
I mean, of course, me being a fifth-year senior, it's kind of expected for me to be a leader. We have a lot of younger guys that are, true playmakers, but they don't know what it takes yet to really be honed in and locked in when things go bad. And, I mean, even myself, I still have to work on that, but I know they're counting on me. So just my role to have, everybody, like we say, all day. So first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, we're going to keep going.
Can you walk us through the interception, what you saw on that play, and specifically?
We were in fire zone, so it's all out pressure. We know ball's coming out quick. Just kind of off the QB vision, and, it kind of came right to me. That's really what it was.
And how do you take the confidence that as a team going forward into next week, another home game, and just looking to build on the success?
I think it's very important we focus on practice. These last couple of weeks, we've been going extremely hard in practice, and I think that's what's allowed us to kind of propel forward. And we're going to watch tape tomorrow, hone in on the mistakes and double down and get even better.
Did you notice you guys weren't on the field as much?
Yeah, that's always helpful. I play ST as well, so it just, you can kind of feel the difference, but it was good.
You got a really rough stretch coming up here with a bunch of contenders and teams that are tough. Are the guys aware of what they got, the challenges they have in front of them?
Of course we're aware, but since UNLV, our mindset has been it's about us. Every single game, every single play, like, what we do is what's going to decide the outcome. So no matter who we play, if we focus on our job, our 111th, I think we'll be fine for sure.
You guys did a really great job stopping the third down conversions today. What would you say contributed to that kind of success on the field?
Just communication. When we overly communicate, we call it obnoxious communication on the field. Good film work. We go over the routes that we're going to see on Saturday, and it just kind of falls in our lap. I mean, there's some third downs that I wish we had back, of course, but we'll be fine.
You talked about some little tweaks and little mistakes that were made on the defense today. What do you think that those could be looking towards the next couple games?
We have to erase them. Like we talked about, we got some big games coming up, and those can't happen in those big games if we want to win. And I think that's what we have to focus on. Like, just not trying to be perfect, but as close as perfect as we can,
So the offense went 6 for 7 in the red zone today. What would you say, or how would you say that helps out the defense by them putting up so many points in the red zone?
I mean, obviously, after a big score, you go out on the field ready to go. And like I said, like, our mindset has just been it's about us. So when they score, or even if they don't score, we're taking the next step out on the field ready to go. So I think that definitely helps, of course. Yeah. But we got to get a lot more stops if we want to be great.
Yeah, Brian, you took care of, I think it was the 3-catch drive, ending it with a touchdown. Talk about that drive and just how you were feeling it. They didn't want to cover you.
Yeah. Every time I saw the play call coming in, I knew I could get the ball. Got excited. And, they just kept cutting me loose for whatever reason. But, it was really exciting, especially getting the ball, 3-4 plays in a row like that. Ended off with a touchdown. It was an awesome feeling. It was a really good drive by our offense, too. We had a couple other plays that weren't just me in there. O-line blocked well, quarterbacks threw it well, and, just kind of worked out. So.
Talk about the importance of the offense's third down conversions, of getting into third down situations you can manage, but then being able to keep drives going, and what the offense was able to do, especially in that first half.
Yeah, our coaches talk about all the time. If you get anything past 3rd and 10, like, the odds you converting are pretty low, so trying to stay ahead of the chains. So when we do get to third down, it's third and manageable, 3rd, 4, 5, 6. But I thought, like, as an offense today, we did a really good job converting. We even had some of the third and longs, like I was saying, that we converted, which are pretty low percentage. You know, we protect well. We ran fast routes. The quarterback threw the ball where it needed to go, on the money, pretty good. So I thought our third down overall was pretty good today.
Coach Martin was just in here talking about how important it was for you to be used coming back this season and how you wanted to bring a lot of value to the squad. How does it feel to be used as such a versatile piece and weapon today, you know, blocking, receiving, and kind of just having a little bit of everything in there?
Yeah, you know, that's the beauty of playing tight end. You get to do it all. You get to run routes and catch and score touchdowns like I did today. But, you know, I was in there blocking a lot. A couple weeks ago I was playing pass protection on third down. So you get to do really a whole lot of jobs, which is really fun, you know. It makes it just more – you're more versatile. You can be in playing more spots, do a lot of different things, get on the field more. So that's, you know, like I said, it's the beauty of playing tight end, that you get to do a lot of different jobs. And you're not just like O-line where you're blocking every play or something like that. You get to do a lot of different stuff.
Really good first half. Love the way we came out. We talked about starting fast. We haven't started very fast the last couple of weeks, obviously. And we did. And we're 21-7, and everything's kind of going great. And we gave up a big post, which was bad. But you're going to make some bad plays, and we're up 21-7 in position. At least go 24-7, if not 28-7. And then we got timeouts. I'm thinking we might even maybe have extended and, you know, actually enjoy the afternoon. And then we fumble, and then we have a chance for a sack and a pick on the same play, and we don't get the sack or the pick. That was a really bad football play. And then we let them score, and it's 21-14. And again, this crew did a good job. Our coaches did a really good job at half. Like, hey, we're up 21-14. We got the ball. I know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It could have been 24-7 or 28-7. I got it. Like, I would love it to be there, but, you know, we got some kids that are Keith's really in the tank. He's beating himself up over a fumble, and, you know, we don't have, like, we outplayed them pretty significantly in the first half. And okay, they made some plays, credit to them, and we screwed some stuff up, credit to them. You know, and it's not where we want to be. But they took the ball, and we got the ball, and we're up 21-7, and we went back after the first drive. We got a holding penalty, but after that we moved the ball up and down the field pretty much. I think we got stopped one other time in the second half. DQ probably plays best game, and just a lot of little things that you don't see, decision making. There's a lot of, you know, we had a 21-play drive, we had a 13-play drive. I mean, and again, the biggest plays, like not turning the ball over when there's a couple times we didn't block, and he scrambles. Like, a lot of quarterbacks just get sacked. Now he scrambles. He made some plays. He hits Lionel on third down, keeps the drive alive. You forget about that play, and then we go score a touchdown. So you remember the touchdown. You remember. But good decisions when he scrambled. He threw the ball away today. He found guys. He ran it himself for first downs. And those are the plays that change a game that no one remembers, because a lot of times when you're forced to scramble, bad things happen. It did happen against UNLV. We had a bad play. He tried to do too much and forced the ball. And so a lot of times it's the plays in the drive that aren't going good, and we talk about limiting our losses, and he did an amazing job today. And then sometimes they took away his first and second option. He found his third option, found the over route on a boot. Like, we were trying to run a boot. They took away it. They defended well. We find, you know, so he was really good. And again, I don't know what he had. Russian 58 and 13 of 22, 159, 2 picks, no turnovers. He had 2 touchdowns rushing. Like, so very efficient day for him. God, it's like, you'd think a guy that's had much success and accolades, him, like, you get him in the arena, he just wants to win. He don't care what it looks like. It's weird. I was worried, like, if he's not having a good day, or if we're not having a good day, or if we're not throwing it enough, or we're not calling his number enough. It's like he just likes to play in the arena. And like today, like, he did a little bit, and he kind of, like our team, he does a little bit of everything, you know. But his decision making he got us out of a lot of bad plays, is what I'm trying to say today, which is huge. Like, red zone, he didn't force. I thought he was going to force it, and he just threw it out of bounds. Then we scored 2 plays later, right? And again, you forget. And if you force it, that's try to do too much. So obviously, rushed for 295. We had the ball the whole day. We had a great fourth quarter drive again. 3 weeks in a row, we've had a great. They had 950, and they're within 2 scores. And then there's 3 minutes. They burned 2 timeouts, and we punched 7 more in. They're down 3 scores. So huge drive. So got nicked up again. Lost guys. Man, we got a lot of guys out, man. It's amazing. So a lot of depth, and a lot of guys playing solid football and contributing.
Yeah, Coach. Methodical drives. You took an entire quarter away. I think that's what stood out the
11,
most from
20,
you
yeah,
guys.
wow.
Just taking that quarter out away from them. What's that like
And
to
then
have
they
the ball
had
for
a
42
3-play,
yards?
75-yard drive, 55-second drive. It took the start 11 minutes. So much for momentum, right? Like momentum. That's stupid. That's the dumbest word in sports. Momentum, yeah. Like, yeah, you think 21-play, 11-minute drive would take those wins out. The 2 plays later, they're in the end zone, 55 seconds. Beep, beep, beep. So much for all our hard work, So it was a great drive, though. A lot of execution. Again, third down plays, the bad plays. I remember all the plays that were bad that we managed. We missed some pressure. We get out of the down 2nd and 8. We don't go backwards. We don't get a holding. Like, we miss a block. We let the guy go. We don't hold, And then we're 2nd and 10. Okay, we can live with 2nd and 10, But again, we had 20 plays. We had a lot of long drives there. The last one was what? 9 plays, 70 yards, 5:15 in the fourth quarter. That's a huge one too. So good. They did a lot of stuff. Their D coordinator does a good job. He's kind of the I call him the mad scientist. He's always got something. Like he double cam every down today. Like every down. Now 295 yards rushing. You got it. Like again, there's it's like everything in life. You can't double cam and not give up something. But I'm with them. Like can't let Cam beat you, right? So we had a lot of good run looks, and we took advantage of them. But they do a good job. Coach Creighton does a good job. They're a tough team to go against.
Off that, Brunson's done a good job of embracing his role right now. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, had another good day. Had some hard runs. Had some physical runs. Had a couple longer runs. Had a 38-yarder. Got to get in the end zone there. We got to dip our shoulder and take it to not get – I think he was in anyways, but we got to dip our shoulder and get that thing in. Because we just took the hit. If we deliver a blow there, we're going to ricochet off and fall in the end zone. But it was still a really good run. He made the first guy, ran through the arm tackle. So DeShante came in, did some good things. It was good to get Ringer out there. We lost Ringer before Northern. He fought like crazy. We didn't think we'd get back this quick, and he did a lot of good things today. So Lionel had a huge third down catch. Again, just Isom made a couple plays, right? Who's Braylon Isom? Brian Shane's making play, So no Colsley today. No Kenny today, So a lot of guys are stepping up and making plays. It's been good.
You talk about Shane specifically. I mean, he does lots of things for you besides just catch the ball, but a career receiving day for him and
Yes.
a touchdown.
Yeah. No, he's saved our tail this year. He retired. If we didn't talk about a retirement, I said, dude, you can't retire. We're going to need you next year. I said, you're going to have. I could be wrong, and if you don't have a major role at the end of spring, you can just retire. I said, let's get through spring and see where we're at. I said, you'll know at the end of spring. I'll know at the end of spring. He knows me. Like I said, we'll know. He's like, you're going to bring in tight ends. I go, yeah, we're going to bring in. We're bringing in some tight ends. Yeah, we're going to get portal tight ends. And if they're way better than you and you're not going to play, I totally get it. He's got his minor degree, had a great career. He's going to go do great things in life. He was ready to kind of next chapter. I'm like, Brian, you know me. I play guys I trust. Like, you can do all the jobs. You're going to be harder to beat out than you think based on – and sure enough, he's playing a ton of snaps and does a ton of – so now I'm getting on him because he didn't catch that flag route. It wasn't a perfect throw. It was good enough. We got to catch that. Mad because we kind of jerry-rig something that doesn't work. You get mad when you think you have a good idea and it's close. So, but he has saved our tail, saved our season really.
How does 42-plus minutes time of possession help not just offensively but
It helps
defensively?
great defensively, obviously. I'm not a big time of possession guy. I'm a big turnovers and chunk plays, but again, when you have leads, then it does become an important stat. Fourth quarter, I love like time possession. Last 3 weeks of fourth quarter means a lot. Like I said, we went on a 20-play drive. They went on a 3-play drive. It was 7-7-7. Like so much for time possession. So statistically, chunk plays and turnovers determine outcomes of football games. Time of possession really doesn't, but Coach Breeken likes it. I know that. Like they sit over there while so he liked it so much he put us right back out there, I guess, right? So,
Coach, one question real quick here. With the loss of Kenny Tracy, we've seen this rotation at running back. Who would you say has impressed you the most so far? And what would you say your plan is going forward at the position?
Yeah, we're going to play who's ever healthy going forward. So that's been the plan since Kenny, and then Ringer went down, and then Brunson went down today. And then so whoever's healthy is going to play. And Tito's coming too. DeShante's coming. I've been very impressed with Brunson, obviously. Went from no carries to a ton of carries. He's a big, strong kid that can handle that, though. That's his wheelhouse. He should get stronger as the game goes on. He's a big back. It's great to have Ringer back because he's a good player, and he did a lot of small things today to help us. And then, obviously, we're using Keith back there a little. He had a great touchdown run. on a really, 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 really tough call that I got to look at on tape. But got Brian on a face mask down the field, and it wasn't even near the play. It's a touchdown call. But Keith shows what he can do. He had a run a couple weeks ago, big run against UNLV. So and I know he had a fumble there. That wasn't great, but we're going to keep using him. And DeShante and Tito are coming, so we still got some good players back there. And we're going to use first of all, whoever's healthy in practice will get out there, and then after that we'll kind of mix and match like we always do.
Everybody good? Mike, go ahead.
She's got one too.
Following up on what he said about having the big backs at your disposal, they've been pretty good about ball security. It seems when there is a fumble, the consequences are pretty severe, but they, at least when they've got the ball, and they've been pretty secure with it.
Yeah, no, we had one turnover today. We got two. We won the turnover battle. I'd like to have none and win it 2-0. If we won it 2-0, probably a little bit easier game, but good for us. Not that you'd like an easier game, but just we had to come in this locker room and figure out keep playing. We didn't do that against UNLV. We hit the panic button. We didn't do it against Wisconsin. We hit the panic button. We were done. Could not convince them to go keep playing. And then after UNLV, they've kind of figured it out. So just another test. And you want it to be easy? Don't want it to be easy. Want it to be hard. It's 21-14. Should be 24-7. Let's keep. So to me, in a lot of ways, that's great for our football team.
Question for you, Coach. What was the message that you emphasized during the week during practice?
Same thing always. Our problems are our problems. Our problems can't be solved by the opponent. Our problems are a lot of times, like everybody, self-inflicted wounds, lack of execution. Doesn't matter what the sport is. You don't execute a pitch in baseball, they hit it really far, right? You don't swing at good pitches, they're hard to hit. So it's just execution. Just with our lack of experience on both sides of the ball, particularly on offense. But we're playing. So we got 6 guys back on defense, but we're playing 20 guys on defense that have never. So just them trying to eliminate our self-inflicted wounds, and we're way ahead of where we were. It's not even close to. Crap we were putting on tape earlier in the year was I kept telling our coach, man, this is embarrassing because the next team watches this. It's really bad football. And it's a reflection of us. It's not, it's a reflection of coaching. It's hard to watch for us, and then they get to watch it too. They think, man, are they coached at all? But our kids have bought in, and they've learned some hard lessons, and they're starting to make less mistakes. We still make some mistakes, as the end of the first half will tell you. But that's my message every week.
Yeah, Coach, I know that next couple of weeks have a couple hard matchups, but Ohio's been a big name for us the past year in the conference, and then obviously last year, the end of the season. What do you want to see going forward? And do you think today's game reflected a team that could beat Ohio?
I don't know. What do you think? You think we could beat Ohio?
I hope so.
I hope so.
That'd be a really sad
You're
Tuesday.
You're a sports reporter and you don't have an opinion? What are you talking about? We beat Ohio last year. You know that? Mm-hmm. So we beat them pretty soundly, and then they beat us pretty soundly. I would like to think we beat Ohio. I'd like to think we're 19-2 in our last 21 regular season MAC games. I'd like to think we could beat anybody in our league, but I know we could lose to anybody in our league. I'm really not concerned at all with Ohio 2.5 weeks from now because Western Michigan is pretty dang good, and they already beat Toledo, and they do a lot of good things on offense. And Western always has one of the most gifted, athletic, big, strong teams. They always do. It's them and Toledo always have they have impressive kids, and they got a good team, and they're playing really good football. So we got Western, OU, Toledo at Buffalo on a Wednesday night, which that'll be a fun one, right? Going to Buffalo on a Wednesday, so yeah, we've got. Like I said, I don't know who we upset to get the scheduling. But I know, again, we get to action. They want all the best teams to play. So we're not that's the way it is. I remember when I first got here in my first 3 years, we didn't play midweek games. We're we just play Saturdays. I'm like, this is awesome. And then I knew a guy from ESPN, and he was sitting at a meeting. I'm like, we don't have any action games again this year. This is crazy. He's like, yeah, it's because you guys stink. We're in a league meeting. He's like, you guys stink. I go, what does that mean? He goes, we don't have the crappy teams on too. They guesstimate, but they try to pick the good matchups. So I'm like, okay, so we want to play midweek games. We want to play big. We want to play OU and Toledo midweek. That's the goal, to be somebody they think is actually could be a good. So, but it's tough. So they're all tough right now. College football's hard, and winning this league is going to be really hard.